After losing to Joe Biden, Donald Trump certainly didn't go down without a fight. He exited the White House kicking and screaming and left his supporters to make a mess of things. Nothing says extra like starting an insurrection. But you know who seemed to be quiet the whole time? Former First Lady Melania Trump. What has she been doing whilst Trump has been very loudly causing chaos? Whilst he's been in the news, Melania seems to have taken a back seat. Or has she? Let's go catch up with Melania and see what's been going on. Let's go right back to when Melania left the White House. Just like her husband, she did not stick around for long and refused to be present for Joe Biden's introduction to the White House. She also didn't leave without making a bit of a statement. Whilst Donald screamed from a podium, Melania quietly threw some shade using her striking outfit choices. She left the White House in a chic black ensemble that was specifically designed by a European designer. American voters often prefer their first ladies to wear clothes by American designers, something that Michelle Obama championed during her time at the White House. Melania's choice could be a subtle goodbye, or maybe a way to see she's now done with the White House. Her color choice was interesting too. Wearing black in the White House sets a very somber tone, and with the addition of some huge shades, she looks like she's in mourning when she leaves. Cut to later on, after flying away from her former home, Melania was seen in a bright orange dress and smiling for the cameras. She seemed way more happy than when she left the White House. It does make us wonder, has she always wanted to leave, and is she now finally happy to be away? It wouldn't be the first time that Melania has caused a media sensation with her outfit choices. Back in 2018, the former First Lady wore an army-style jacket that read, "I really don't care, do you?" plastered across the back. This may have just been an edgy choice, had she not been going to visit immigrant children who were being held at the US-Mexico border at the time. She insisted that there was no hidden message, but the damage had already been done. Now that Melania isn't restricted by White House rules, we want to know everything that went down during her time as a First Lady. There's been a bit of an unofficial tradition throughout the years where former First Ladies write their memoirs and share their experiences. Readers get a unique look inside a powerful political office, but with a bit more of a personal touch. When these women don't have to play by a political rulebook anymore, they can be a lot more free about what they want to say. Michelle Obama's memoir is probably the most successful. It launched her brand and landed her a podcast as well as a deal with Netflix, too. According to an inside source, Melania has had meetings to discuss writing her own memoir. It'll be an important moment for her. Not only will she provide an insight into one of the most controversial presidencies, but it will also be a chance for her to earn her own money. Apparently, Donald Trump has been very supportive of his wife's new business venture, and the book might be worth the hype and not as mild-mannered as you may think. Melania's former best friend and advisor, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, released a book in 2020 named Melania and Me. The tell-all looks into a close bond with the former First Lady that ultimately fell flat. Stephanie even went as far as to call Melania selfish and compared members of the Trump family to snakes. Not only that, but secret tapes of private conversations with the then First Lady were also leaked. Melania didn't pull any punches when she responded, calling Stephanie a dishonest opportunist who just used Melania for her fame. If that was just from a small response, a memoir would truly be a juicy opportunity for public revenge. Airing the White House dirty laundry would be out of character for Melania, who's developed a reputation as one of the most private First Ladies ever. Whilst Donald is riling up his supporters for an alleged return to the campaign trail in 2024, Melania has hardly been in the public eye. According to the Daily Mail, Melania has only been spotted a total of 5 times between January and April 2021. Even then, the sightings were just snapped by guests posted on social media that showed Melania walking with Donald and their son whilst at the Mar-a-Lago resort. Melania was mainly seen in the dining area of the resort, where Donald throws lavish dinners and the guests attend with him. However, this experience isn't as elegant as you may think. In his book Landslide, Michael Wolff described the whole thing as really awkward. Donald only appears when all of the guests arrive, at which point they stand to applaud him. When Melania is there with him, they don't eat with the guests and instead dine alone. That doesn't seem so bad, right? It would be normal for a couple to want privacy to spend quality time together. Well, they aren't exactly alone. The couple will eat at a roped-off table in the center of the room where they can be seen by all of their guests, like animals at the zoo. That's weird, right? Who likes to be watched when they're eating? There are a lot of guests around them too, all sitting on 50 to 60 tables in total, so it's not like it's an intimate moment with friends, it's a public spectacle. Whilst Donald socialized and seemed to always be playing golf, Melania generally kept to herself. Her previous pre-presidency life in Manhattan seems like a different lifetime, as she resides full-time in Mar-a-Lago and her son attends a private school. Melania appears to have no interest at all in public life, and whilst her husband tries to claw his way back into the Oval Office, Melania seems quite content with never setting foot in the White House ever again. She was so ready to move out that she was even looking at properties in Florida as early as January 2021. Several sources have claimed that she doesn't want to be the First Lady. These sources were supposedly very close to Melania during her time at the White House, and they emphasized that it was a chapter in her life that is now over and she wants to keep it that way. If Trump decides to officially campaign for office, we aren't likely to be seeing Melania at any rallies. She sees Donald's political influence as his path, and she wants to create her own. Her appearances during the 2016 campaign trail were pretty rare too, and she refused so many that eventually the requests stopped. It may sound like a bit of a lonely life for Melania, but it's not all one big public nightmare. Her family visits often, and her parents even have a private suite at the resort. They have been spotted multiple times at the resort, and it seems to be a relief for Melania that her close relatives can stay for extended visits. Apparently, they also join the weird spectator dinners, though we aren't sure what they think of them. Melania has always been very family-oriented and has made it clear that her son Barron is her main priority. She was extremely hesitant to move to the White House when Donald became president because she was eager for Barron to finish school in New York City. Whilst Barron has grown and towers over his mother, he remains her top priority no matter what. In a rare social media post, Melania took to Twitter to wish her son a happy birthday. This is pretty significant for her, as her social media posts often have to do with her professional image rather than her personal one. She was even preparing for the presidential exit before Trump had accepted it, as she had already started looking for the best school in Florida for Barron to attend. Her role as a mother is way more important to her than as a first lady, as Barron was also kept away from the public eye. Although Melania has largely kept to herself, she's certainly been busy. She clearly wants to be independent from her husband and his reputation, and with all the craziness that brings, we can't exactly blame her. However, we're pretty excited to see what happens next for her, especially if those rumors of a memoir turn out to be true. So what do you think of Melania Trump's hasty and prepared exit from the White House? Are you ready to see whatever next steps she decides to take? Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date.